This show may contain mild language and mild adult humor. Listener discretion is advised. Alright guys, this is a show that you can't take home to your parents, but will play games with your brother. It's the Splitscreen Players Podcast. It's episode 3, recorded on September 9th of 2014, although we're just about to hit September 10th, because someone had to go out and do errands and stuff. Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know, but hey John, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
And of course we have the one and only Joe.
What's going on, man? What's up, guys?
Yeah, right. So, we want to welcome everyone to the third episode, and we got some website news to talk about. The Minecraft server is officially open, and we've already had some tryhards build some pretty elaborate builds. Everything from a public machine shop for all the newbies to an ender farm to just some really crazy stuff, and we're not even like 2 weeks old, and already It kind of feels like everyone's a bit overpowered. But
yeah, that was pretty quick.
Yeah, some people just didn't waste time, and it's funny too because me and Swenson Gaming, we've been playing on the server, and even though I'm an admin, I'm playing completely legit, and I'm looking at like a tree farm and thinking, oh man, at least now I have all the wood I need, and then this mother has like gold out the wazoo. Jeez.
Like, get on my level, Scott.
God dang it.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is not necessarily website news, but I wanted to throw that in there because a guildie saw it. Robin Williams' tribute was spotted in World of Warcraft's Warlords of Draenor beta. It was the genie character.
Ha!
So
Nice.
They actually had genie characters in Cataclysm, which was the expansion before the current one. So they kind of used somewhat of the same model, but they colored him blue and has certain little facial features that are very similar to the Aladdin character. And he has the same crazy mentality, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, fans wanted it. Blizzard responded. Robin Williams' tribute is currently in the beta and, of course, will be finalized in the game's release.
Nice.
We did some Left 4 Dead split-screen recordings yesterday.
My God.
And I think I hyperventilated a few times.
That's putting it lightly.
Well,
dude, there was some points on there, dude. We thought we broke you, dude. I swear.
Oh, I think I was broken. Well, the game was purposely targeting me, and when the game wasn't targeting me, my own allies were. You guys, like, the tank was dead, and you kept shooting to the point where I was down. And I'm like, yeah, it's dead. It's dead. Stop shooting. Stop.
Yeah, that was my bad.
We had people jumping in front of people's line of fire. It's pure chaos. It's going to be a great video, let me tell you. It's going to be good. People will enjoy it. So expect that in the upcoming week. Also, episode 2 of GoldenEye Source has been released on YouTube, so you can check that out. That one was in the library level, and that was all a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got a couple more episodes of that coming out soon, too. So definitely give us feedback about the split-screen format that we're using, if you guys like it, if you think it might be a little too cheesy, whatever you guys, let us know in the comment section in those videos. We definitely want your feedback. So we've gotten past the point where people aren't disliking a certain video, so I guess we're doing okay.
That's good.
That's good.
It's almost over 100 views, though. Yeah.
Woohoo. Oh, wow.
We're moving on up.
We're moving on up to the east side. Anyway,
North side.
north side.
South side.
Yeah, as long as it's not the south side. Nobody wants to live on the south side.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, but it's not even just Chicago. Like almost every city has a south side.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? Yeah, it seems crazy. I thought it was just a Chicago thing, but there's also like tons of other cities that has a south side.
Yeah, and whenever you talk about it, people always give you like that look. It's like, so where do you live? Oh, I live up on the south side. Really?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Aren't you lacking color to live on the south side?
Where's your bulletproof vest?
That's racist. All right, so we're going to move on to something that also is racist, and that's the shady role of the episode. Hey, John, why don't you go ahead and give it to us this week?
Let's see what we got here. The site that we did was facebook.com, and it becomes www.5z8.info/racist message Z817EB _ this person's account has been hacked.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a good Facebook one.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I see people like sharing stories, and then literally the next moment they're like, "Oh, my account was hacked. Don't click that link."
Dude, it happened to my daughter like a month ago.
It's because she was filling out those BuzzFeed trivia things, man. That's
Facebook.
where some of that stuff comes from, man.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Oh, man. So what have you guys been playing this week? Joe, let's start with you.
Let's see. Well, I was doing a little Titanfall with John.
Woohoo!
It's going, and then a little bit of Minecraft, and then Left 4 Dead with you guys last night. And then on my own, I've just been playing Brutal Doom and some of the other mods that I got.
Man, you've been playing the hell out of Doom.
Yeah, I got another one called Empathy that lets you play as the enemies in the game.
Gotcha.
That's always fun.
So
John,
it's kind of cool.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Oh, no, I am.
Okay. John, how about you, man?
Well, I've been playing Minecraft, which is kind of surprising. Yes, a little bit of Minecraft, and some Titanfall with Joe, like he just told you. And I just started playing Batman Arkham Asylum. So I got all 3 of the Batman games, but I've already beaten them like 10 times each. But I don't care. It's an amazing game, so I'm starting out again.
Gotcha.
Meh.
I have been playing Pokemon X still. I'm trying to build up my Pokedex, if you will. I already beat the game, but there's a lot of like after Elite Four story that I didn't realize, which is kind of cool. So the game even gives you something to do after you've become the Pokemon champion, which is interesting. I don't remember any other game doing that prior.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's pretty cool. Also, I've been playing Watch Dogs on PS4, and I'm having too much fun with that game. Not necessarily because of the story. The story's kind of iffy for me. But I am having a lot of fun with the retarded driving mechanics in that game.
So is it as bad as what is it, GTA 4?
It's not as bad as GTA 4. I don't really know where to rank it, but there's been a few times I've been able to flip my car continuously into parking spots and
nice
kill civilians while I'm in it, or while I'm at it. And like I keep referring back to Ace Ventura when Nature Calls, when he does this crazy like parking job with the Jeep, and he just steps out and he's like a glove.
Oh man, I remember that part.
It's great. It's great.
You gotta
I've done that like
doing it.
I've done that like 3 times now with Watch Dogs, just because it's too fun to do, especially with like the news van. It's just seeing this
Man, I gotta see that.
rolling. I'll try and record it.
Yeah, or stream it and then let us know when you're going live with it.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've been playing. I got the invite to the Warlords of Draenor beta for World of Warcraft, which came at a perfect time because I was actually just about to spend money I didn't have to buy Destiny, and got the invite instead. So I was like, you know what? Thank you, World of Warcraft. You just saved me money. So.
And that's always a good thing.
Yes, yeah. And trust me, don't get me wrong, I'm going to get Destiny. It's going to happen. It is destiny for me to get Destiny.
It's your destiny?
I just don't have money right now. That's my problem.
I don't know if I'm going to get that game.
Well, you don't like RPG elements.
Yeah, it's too RPG for me.
I mean, it doesn't seem that RPG-ish, and then plus I'm a Bungie fan, so...
I think the only
Yeah,
actual
check that out.
RPG elements is in the middle of missions where you have to, set up your gear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But while you're in a mission, it's primarily like a Halo clone.
Well, that's cool.
Because I played the beta, so at least I've had some experience with it. But from my experience, it was primarily you gear yourself up in the middle of missions, but then once you're in a mission, you're primarily too focused on downing bosses to even care about that sort of thing. So,
oh well, that's
you might be able to tolerate it.
Yeah. If it's like that should be all right.
Well, get it on like Redbox or GameFly.
GameFly maybe. I ain't going near Redbox. I've heard and seen too many horror stories where people go to get games and stuff, and they get out a Xerox copy of the disc inside the box.
I have yet to run into that issue.
Somebody splooged on the game.
Ugh.
What?
Where are you getting your games, Joe?
No, not me personally, but I just,
This is
from what I've heard.
Blockbuster, man. I mean, jeez.
Wow.
A couple of times when somebody wanted to rent from there, I just like took out like a big ass alcohol cloth and just wiped the case and the disc down.
I just take the CD and dip it in some bleach.
They don't know where these people have been.
Okay, I'm just gonna go forward from there.
Moving on.
Moving on. And yeah, of course, I've been playing some Left 4 Dead with you guys and playing some Minecraft. Actually, it was funny because we were playing Minecraft together.
What?
All three of us.
That's amazing. That's like
We haven't done that in years.
That's true.
have the planets aligned?
The planets
Possibly.
aligned. The apocalypse is happening. In fact,
Dun,
Rapture
dun,
is
dun.
happening right now, which is why we're only getting 10 downloads. Anyway, so hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at yourself. Anyway, yeah, no. Anyway, so we don't have any mailbag questions, which is where this is now where we would do them if we did have them. And remember, if you actually want to send in a mailbag question to ask us while we're on the show, you can go over to splitscreenplayers.com and click on the Contact Us button and send in your submissions for the mailbag. We will accept questions of any form. We will read them live on the show and respond to them as best as possible.
Yes.
Not completely 100% accurate or with care, but as accurate as possible. So let's go ahead and move on to the gaming news! I'm kidding. Anyway, so gotta keep it interesting. That's what it is. All right, so this is a story that we've technically wrote. Oh my God, we're being journalists. This is we found that Amazon has now allowed you to pre-order Nintendo Amiibos, not Amiibos, like I said in the pre-show, but Amiibos. And of course, you must be asking yourself, if you are not a huge Nintendo fan, of course, what the F is an Amiibo?
I sure was.
Well, we've got the answer for you.
All right.
Amiibos work with your Wii gamepad, your Wii U gamepad, sorry, and of course your 3DS. By placing your Amiibo on your gamepad or 3DS, you can interact with them. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. Amiibos will be compatible with a variety of games, the most notable being Super Smash Brothers, sorry, where you can team up with your Amiibo or play against your friends' Amiibos. So that's one of the fun things you can do.
That's a cool idea.
Amiibos are also designed to save character data, so you can bring your Amiibo to a friend's house and use them on games that are supported. A current list of available characters is Peach, Donkey Kong, a fox from Star Fox, Mario, Yoshi, Pikachu, Samus, Villager. I don't even know where Villager's from. I should, but I'm sorry.
I don't either.
Wii Fit Trainer. Because why the heck not? Marth, Kirby, and of course Link. And a KIST, not list. I'm apparently better. A list of possible compatible games is Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 8, Yoshi's Woolly World.
The hell?
The hell?
Mario Party 10 and Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah, that's Japanese games, man.
Yeah.
When you translate it to English, it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad.
So these Amiibos, what are they, like the counterparts to the avatars that are on Xbox Live?
Kind of. Are you familiar with Skylanders?
Not really.
Yeah. That long pause pretty much told me. If go to a GameStop, you'll see like a massive display for the damn things. Skylanders is essentially the same thing, but they use their own custom characters, obviously, and you can actually battle your characters on whatever system you have that supports it. So, like, it's on 360, Wii, some other systems that I can't really think of offhand. But basically, yeah, it's just like a little character that you can travel around with, and that character can be used on Wii U with 3DS games. So
that's cool.
It's pretty neat. I actually pre-ordered Link because I'm a sucker for Legend of Zelda. But
do you have to pick like the characters pre-made, or are they going to have an option later on to make your own?
You have to use Nintendo's Amiibos. You won't be able to make your own. You can make your own characters in the upcoming Super Smash Brothers, though.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Oh, yep,
Yeah,
Kirby
that one-
Mii Fighters. Mii Fighters. Me.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have things on there where you could spend your money on to buy them outfits and little catchphrases or little actions or something like that, just like the Xbox avatars.
I don't know about that because this is Nintendo. This isn't EA.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be too bad, and they're already $13 a piece.
God dang!
Whoa.
I don't think they're going to go too crazy on the actual customization of your Amiibos.
Yeah. Don't need to spend your money on Wii points now.
Amiibos. That's a funny word.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
know where they got that from, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I like the idea though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely a Nintendo idea.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool concept. I mean, they have a lot of cool ideas with it.
Still remember when it was codenamed The Revolution, and I was scratching my head when they announced the new name of it. I'm like, what?
Amiibos?
No, the Wii.
Oh, the Wii.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being codename Revolution. That's funny. I always looked at it as Power Glove version 2.0.
Power Glove?
Well, yeah, because it's the same technology as the Power Glove.
Oh, yeah.
It's the funniest stuff, man. In fact, actually, funny story. Somebody made a mod for Surgeon Simulator. I don't know if you've ever seen videos of that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. But
I think
in a
John
great
had it.
way.
I have it.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, somebody made a mod that you can actually use your Power Glove to control your hand, which is actually pretty interesting.
I'd love to try that.
Yeah, it'd be the only reason to buy a Power Glove at this point in time.
Yeah.
You get sued for malpractice in the game.
I think that's the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it on PC or do you have it on a console?
No, on PC. I bought it off Steam. It was like super cheap. It was like $2, so I was like, oh, what the hell?
Gotcha.
Dude, it wasn't even worth the $2.
I played it for like a whole 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a trippy game, man.
That game's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a supreme learning curve as well.
Oh,
Kidding.
yeah. Well, speaking of supreme learning curves, let's go ahead and go on to this story posted by Kotaku. A guy traded in 203 copies. 203 copies of a controversial old Sega game called Night Trap. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with what Night Trap is, we're going to give you a little backstory on this. Night Trap was a survival horror game released on Sega CD back in October 15th of 1992. 92. God, do you feel old yet?
Damn, man.
I do. God dang.
I was 10 when that came out.
The game was listed on a congressional hearing that ultimately led to the creation of the MSRB system, which is used in the U.S. among other graphic content games like Mortal Kombat and Doom. A year later, Night Trap would be completely taken off shelves at what would be considered then a big-time gaming outlet like Toys R Us and, of course, KB Toy Store. Again, do you feel old yet?
Ooh, man.
Wow. Man, I don't like this story. This makes me feel old.
Despite this, the game was actually considered a financial success. Now, here's the kicker, though. The game costed $1.5 million to produce. Now, remember, this is '92.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of money back then.
Damn, dude.
Here it is. Back in the '90s, of course, that would have been $1.5 million. But considering the value of it by today's standards, when you take inflation into account, that was $2.6 million.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
That ain't no pocket change.
That is no pocket change whatsoever. And of course, itself through its initial print, it was unable to print more because of all the issues that they had with Congress and the game being taken off shelves. But despite all that, it was still ported to 32X, the 3DO, and of course PC and Mac. So the game saw life on other consoles.
Yeah.
The man who sold the 203 copies of the game, who was never identified in the article, says that he acquired the copies from a Blockbuster distribution center when the game was initially recalled by Blockbuster. And I can't believe, and I used to work at Blockbuster, so I speak from a little experience in this, I can't believe Blockbuster even rented this game out. There was boobies in this game.
Sounds like my kind of game.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
As a 10-year-old, this game was fantastic for me. But no, I can't even believe that Blockbuster was renting this game out. And you got to remember, at the time, there was no MSRP, so kids were going in there and renting this damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The biggest takeaway from this is that there is now more copies of the game available for collectors who are seeking this title. Night Trap was also planned for a re-release on PS3, 360, and of course Windows PC via Kickstarter, but was unable to meet their goal of $330,000. Much of this is due to what seemed like unfulfillable and illogical promises that there would be a PS4 and Xbone version, and of course the game would ultimately be distributed in just paper sleeves rather than the regulation boxes that Sony and Microsoft require all their game releases to have. That was a tongue twister.
No kidding. I like how you throw an Xbone in there.
Xbone, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it anyway. You're entitled to your opinion, Internet. So here's the thing. I wanted to ask you guys if you had any memories of Night Trap, if you even heard of the game prior to the show.
I've never even heard of it. Until this day, I had no idea it existed.
Joe?
I heard of it. I wanted to check it out, but at that time I didn't have a Sega CD, and by the time I acquired a Sega CD, the game was like off the shelves, and I was like, huh, what?
Yeah, I got really lucky. I didn't own a copy of it, but I had a mutual friend of my father's, of all people. He had a Sega CD and ultimately had a copy of the game. And I don't think he realized what the game had in it, so he just let me play it because I was like, oh, I want to play it. It has vampires in it. This is cool. And, yeah, I saw the scene with the chick in the shower, and I'm like, oh, can I borrow this?
Emulation time.
Oh man, the gameplay itself really isn't that fun. It's literally like being a security guy watching monitors. You're like watching all these different video streams, and then every now and then like what they call an augur will show up, which is essentially a vampire, and you basically can activate traps to catch augurs and save the lives of the people that are in this house. Gameplay-wise, it was kind of crappy, but the acting actually wasn't too bad. So, for what it was worth, it was actually fairly entertaining.
How did you know they were vampires?
They mention it at some point in the game. I think it's actually in the box art too. Well, I mean, here, I'll just read this one sentence and let you guys be the judge. It's your job to trigger the traps planted throughout the house to imprison the evil augurs before they can suck the blood of their innocent victims. Sounds like a vampire to me. Yep. There you go. You be the judge. Vampire or something else.
Something else.
Anyway. But yeah, so that was pretty much my experience of the game. I think you could actually, if you go on YouTube, you might be able to find some censored footage of the game if you look deep enough. But
Oh.
I don't know. I know, censored. Ew.
You.
All right, so now the main event, if you will, the story that I'm sure we are chomping at the bits to talk about, because this one's a doozy. This story was actually posted by the Wall Street Journal. It's when you know shit gets real when we have to talk about a Wall Street Journal post.
Right?
Microsoft is in a near deal to buy Minecraft maker Mojang.
No.
What?
Yep.
Ah, that's it. I'm done.
There is nothing set in stone at the moment, but most gaming sites are reporting on this. The estimated value of the deal right now is at $2 billion.
Holy crap. That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all Minecraft's fault right there, man. So I'm going to open up some roundtable discussions on this because obviously we're going to have some opinions on this. The first question that I have for you, and Joe, I want you to go ahead and answer this first. Should Minecraft actually obtain Mojang, what would this mean for Minecraft's future as far as their ports to PlayStation and Vita?
Oh no, they should not do this at all because I was initially excited when Microsoft purchased Rare, and they haven't done anything but make avatars.
Yeah.
And the only other kind of notable thing they did was re-release Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Xbox One, and they totally disappointed on the multiplayer front because it was more or less a Call of Duty clone, whereas the multiplayer on the N64 was something unique that hasn't been done. I just see them ruining this company. That's all that I see. They did it with Rare, and
But what do you feel about, or what do you feel would be in the future of Minecraft as far as their port to PlayStation and Vita?
There wouldn't be one.
I don't think...
Well, it's not necessarily that there wouldn't be one, because, I mean, they're contracted right now. They have to have the game on PlayStation and Vita. But I think the only thing that they could probably do is just go, well, you know, we have the game on there, but you know, we're done updating it.
That could be, too.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, though, and obviously this is rare to be seen when it comes to the 360, but Microsoft has actually gotten a lot more lenient as far as having their software on rival tech. Because, I mean, if you look at the Apple, I mean, they have Microsoft Office available on Mac. In fact, actually, Microsoft Office Touch was first available on the iPad and iPhone before it even became available on the Windows Phone. So Microsoft is getting kind of a little more lenient about selling their software to rival hardware because ultimately, in the end, it's money in their pocket.
Yeah.
And I think they know that. So I don't necessarily think that they would be evil enough to try and pull Minecraft off of PS4 and ultimately Vita. But it is a possibility that maybe what will end up happening is that the Xbox One and the 360, if they continue to support that, will probably get timed exclusive updates to where they'll update it there, and then PlayStation will get the updates like 3 months later.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see them doing that.
So that's a possibility of something that can happen. The other question is do you think this will affect Minecraft at all? I mean, Minecraft is already a fairly established IP.
It is, yeah.
You know, do you really think that this would affect sales, or if this would affect the production of it?
That's what I worry about the most. It was like Amazon purchasing Twitch that we talked about
Yeah.
in the other episode.
And then the other question is that do you think this will help generate structure in a business that prides itself in not having any? And the reason why I ask this question is that Mojang is known for its kind of relaxed developing cycles. You know, they kind of have this mentality, we'll release features when it's ready, we'll do things when it's ready, you know. Having Microsoft behind them kind of lights a fire under their ass and kind of makes them actually focus more on having set deadlines.
Yeah, well, that'd be a good thing, I think, you know, because, like while we were waiting for the 1.8 update, you know, that thing took forever. I mean, yeah, they had a lot of stuff they were doing, but, you know, it'd be nice to have, like, a release date somewhere down the line, you know, not just, it'll be ready when it's ready.
Yeah, and then we find out the release date like a week before, you know?
Yeah.
Or sometimes not even that, you know. Sometimes
day
we'll figure
of.
out the day of, yeah. It's like, oh, by the way, surprise!
But I mean, you know, on top of that, when they're crunching to get stuff out. What if it's released in a buggy state because they had to get it out?
Oh, I mean, that could be done even with a relaxed schedule. I mean, because at some point they can go, oh, well, shit, we have been working on this for 6 months. Let's go ahead and push it all out. And I don't foresee that a lot with Minecraft because they do the weekly snapshots. And I think Minecraft players are well aware that the game is going to have bugs. And because it is patched frequent enough that, they know the patches will come. So I don't foresee that being an issue. I personally would like to know when a release date is going to happen. If they push it back, that's fine. But just to have a frame of mind of when to prepare for that update, especially in Minecraft where, a lot of these updates force you to wipe the world and start fresh.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know when to stop building my mega fortress of death.
Oh yeah, true.
And then, understand, okay, well, let me just deal with what I have here, and then when the new release comes out, I don't feel like I've just put tons of work in a 24-hour span of time only to lose it. So, that's one thing to think about. I really don't foresee this affecting Minecraft at all. I think Minecraft as a whole has just it's too stabilized right now. There's too much that's already kind of thick and structured for that game. The only thing that I actually foresee Minecraft-wise being affected by a Microsoft purchase in this case is originally Mojang's stance on having a Minecraft 2 was we're never going to do Minecraft 2 because Minecraft 1 was never complete. We're always updating it. We're always going to do something new with it. Microsoft can kind of now be the voice of reason almost in this case and be like, no, listen, this is money. Okay. Make Minecraft 2.
Yeah, I can see them stopping the updates for something like that.
I don't think they'll stop updates, but I think
to fix little bugs and things like that. But I mean, if they're going to come out with if Microsoft is going to push a Minecraft 2, then why create more things for Minecraft 1?
Yeah,
that would be up to the community, really. I mean, the community would have a lot of weight in that. And to be honest, I mean, most of the generated content that's in Minecraft right now was inspired by mods. So, I mean, the modding community is probably not going to go anywhere. They're going to still sit there and modify the game, especially if they don't like Minecraft 2.
Yeah.
I severely doubt they'll jump ship. But, they can look at it from another perspective and be like, well, with Minecraft 2, we can actually sit there and instead of coding this thing in Java, maybe use Unity and have a lot more flexibility of what we can do with the engine. And create a game that can be a little more powerful, like in the sense of having slopes and having more geometric shapes that doesn't make the game too complex, but still gives you more options for what you would like.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing, to get it out of Java.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Java's great and all, but I would personally, I've actually more and more have started to love games from Unity because there's just some really powerful developers on that system right now. If they can make a Unity version of Minecraft that is a little more moddable but a lot more powerful, I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's options out there. We have to be open-minded about this. I don't look at this as a bad thing. And I know that might kind of scare a lot of people because it's like, oh, Microsoft is the devil. God, yeah, no, they've burned IPs and they've burned companies. But I think Mojang is at least stabilized enough to where it would be more of a working relationship, almost similar to how Microsoft and Bungie used to work. So, not saying it's going to be the next Halo, mind you. It's nothing like that.
No, I don't see this as like a really, really bad thing either. I just see this as a really, really cautious thing. It's like I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of a good thing, but it's really kind of not, so I don't know.
Keep in mind, EA almost bought Mojang. I think it was a year ago.
No.
And they were offering $1.5 billion, but Notch declined.
Wow.
So I mean, it could always be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to shear these sheep? You're gonna need a set of shears. $2.99.
Yeah.
DLC. Yeah,
By the way, they still get damaged and break, so you'll have to buy a few.
I could have seen that happening, dude. My God, could you imagine it?
Oh, I could totally see EA doing that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want mobs? Oh, that's $5 more.
Oh man.
Our special
Yep.
mobs DLC.
Well, yeah, people calling Microsoft the devil. I think EA's like Saint himself, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, think about this. And this is probably not going to happen if that did happen. But what would happen if EA did purchase it? It would become an Origin game, and you'll need an Origin account in order to play Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, even when Steam was talking about putting Minecraft on their system, they weren't ready to completely disavow Minecraft's own system. They were like, oh, that's fine, whatever. The only issue that they had is that, Steam wanted a cut of the sales, and Mojang was like, no,
It's mine.
we made this game, we want the money for it.
It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Bad
All
joke.
right. I think we've exhausted this topic, but yeah, this is a good topic. It's a good topic. So we're going to go ahead and listen to a word from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we got some Tech Talk with Joe. We got some Retro Paradise with John talking about the Sega Genesis, and of course, Broke Gamer Games with myself talking about free-to-play games that you broke bastards need to play. I think we all have shopped at Amazon by now, the online megastore that has just about anything you can imagine. But have you ever checked out Amazon Prime yet? Prime is a fantastic service by Amazon with some incredible benefits. All orders placed by Amazon Prime members will have free 2-day shipping, regardless of the amount of your order. Amazon also opens up its video library for you to stream with over 40,000 movies and TV shows at your disposal, even some not available for streaming by Netflix or Hulu. Not big on video entertainment and would rather settle down with a nice ebook? Prime has you covered on that too, with the ability to borrow a book and read it on any supported Kindle and Kindle app device. If you're still not sold, you could try it free for 30 days and see if Prime is right for you. If not, simply cancel within the 30 days with no cost to you. What do you have to lose? Try Prime today. You can get your free trial over by clicking on the Prime banner on our website at www.splitscreenplayers.com or by clicking the link in the show notes below.
Alrighty, now on this episode with Tech Talk with Joe, I'm going to be talking about the newest card from AMD, the Radeon R9 295X2. This thing is a serious beast for the money, man. It's got 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM, it's PCI Express 3.0 video card. It features water cooling if you have the room for it. Got a whole bunch of display ports on it, and a DVI slot as well. I'm actually kind of pumped for this, man. And this card's only $9.99 for the amount of power that it delivers.
This card's only $1,000.
Yeah.
Only $1,000.
Hey, it beats the $3,000 that the Titan X was.
True, very very true. And I've always had a soft spot for ATI cards, so I can't knock it too much. So let's see, water cooling, 8 gigabytes of GDDR5. That's pretty damn powerful.
It's almost comparable to the 12 gigs that was in the Titan X for like a fraction of the cost.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
What I think is cool about it is the water cooling.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention pretty much, because it's R95 times 2, it's pretty much having like 2 GPUs, running at the same time all in one card without SLI going on.
What are those video slots that's in it? I'm looking at a picture of it right now. I see a DVI slot, but is that?
It has 4 mini display ports and 1 DVI, or 3 mini display ports and 1 DVI.
No, there's 4 slots here.
Okay, then I remember looking at it. I think they're 4
mini display ports. Got
Yeah.
it. Wow, you can hook 4 monitors up to it. 5 monitors up to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have mission control all in one place.
No kidding.
Dude, are you kidding me? I would totally do that.
Hook up 3 monitors and be like, is this all?
Yeah. Give me more power.
Dude, can you imagine having 2 of these?
Oh my god. Why do we have to always talk about cross-firing and dual firing and dual wielding and yeah?
Because why not?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, all right. Well, when you got the $2,000 to drop on 2 of these cards, let me know. I want us to go. I'm coming to your house. We're gonna check this bad boy out.
Hell, can it be possible to run these in SLA?
Well, they're AMD, so it's Crossfire.
It's Crossfire.
Oh.
I know every time you said SLI, Scott's over there cringing.
I know.
SLA.
Oh, you went video fool!
Oh, man.
Don't you bring those NVIDIA terms onto the show! Dang it!
Hey, I'm an NVIDIA guy over here. You better watch your tone, boy.
Hey, I host this damn thing. I'll boot you.
On the next episode of SSP, Video Card Wars.
Video Card Wars. Wow. Screw this. I'm going back to Voodoo.
Dude, weren't they like the innovators of it?
Oh yeah, dude. Voodoo cards were the stuff back in the day. Man.
Yeah.
Dude, those things were sick back in the day for the for the price, man. John used to run these cards before.
Yeah, I had 2 of them.
Oh my goodness. Choking on my soda here.
Can max out Rattler too.
Dude, I remember when I first got a Voodoo card, I was playing Descent 2, I think it was, which Descent was that 360 fighter pilot game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that Voodoo card looked sweet with that game. That was the stuff back in the day right there.
Yeah, it was. Memories.
But yeah, I mean, all things considered, $1,000 for 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM, and that is a pretty good deal. I know that's hard to believe because it's $1,000 card, but it's really not that bad.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, other top of the line cards, even like the 680s, back in the day when they first came out, they were pretty expensive. They were like $600. I mean, and I think which one was it? For the Win edition, that was about $700, and I had 4 gigs of RAM too.
Gotcha.
So I mean, you're only paying a couple $100 more for this, and you're getting pretty much everything in one. And like I said before, that water cooling is pretty cool.
Yeah. The built-in water cooling is a nice feature.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty wicked. It's a good picture. So I'm assuming this is 2 thumbs up, not 2 black eyes?
Yes, 2 thumbs up for this.
All right. And that's been the next edition, or the latest edition of Shit You Can't Afford.
That's what it should be called.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
In this episode, into Retro Paradise, we're talking about Sega Genesis. I remember in the last episode we were talking about it, how we were going to talk about it in this episode, so we went ahead and picked our favorite games. So, Joe, what was your games for it?
Let's see. Any one of the Streets of Rage series. I just wasted many hours playing that side-scrolling beat 'em up. It was just awesome.
Great pick, by the way.
Yeah.
And of course, WWF Raw and WWF the arcade game. Those were 2 awesome wrestling games for the Genesis that I enjoyed the hell out of.
Are you talking about the WrestleMania, the arcade game?
It was WrestleMania the arcade game.
Yeah.
Right.
WrestleMania, the arcade game, was awesome. That was the one where you can actually beat somebody with a tombstone when you were the Undertaker. Actually physically grab a tombstone and beat somebody over the head with it.
Was that the game where if you did your special move, who was it? Shawn Michaels. He had a thing where a heart-shaped bed would fall on you. And
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's with Doink.
Well, you know who made that game, right?
Who?
That was Midway.
Yeah.
The same people that made
yeah.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Midway made that game, dude. That's why it was so awesome.
Ah.
Midway knew how to make wrestling games back
Yeah.
then, let me tell you.
I also like that sequel, WWF In Your House, which was kind of like a spiritual successor to WrestleMania the arcade game.
Oh god, what system was that on? Was that
That was on it was on PS1, I think.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah. I don't know if it was on any of the other consoles. Maybe
I
Saturn.
remember I was just about to say, I think I remember seeing it on the Sega Saturn, but I don't remember offhand. But that was another good game too, you're right.
Mm.
And even though this game was hard as hell, but it had like some of the best music and graphics that I've seen on the Genesis. It was called Subterranean, which is kind of like a free roaming shooter, like in the vein of Raiden, but you were able to go in different directions, not just like straight up.
The heck just punched the hell out of their desk.
What the hell?
Whoops. I shifted.
This is one of the hardest games of all time. Boom! All right.
It's bringing
so
back bad childhood memories of rage.
Must
the
be.
birth of rage quitting.
Oh, I hear you on that, dude. I hear you. Virtua Racing did that for me on Sega Genesis.
Oh Lord.
I purposely didn't list that as one of my favorites because that game pissed me off, dude.
Yeah, it should be like in your worst games.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, good picks, Joe. For me, I didn't really have a Sega Genesis. I had to go to my friend's house to play, so I was pretty much stuck playing the games that he had, which were Altered Beast, Golden Axe, Earthworm Jim, and Mortal Kombat 2.
Those are all awesome games, too.
Oh yeah. We played the crap out of Golden Axe and Altered Beast. We never beat them, but we played the crap out of them. And
Power up.
Yeah.
yeah, that guy was so mellow. Oh man, but yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, that we almost became enemies because of that stupid game.
Nice.
Because yeah, we always used to fight each other, and of course, being the supreme Mortal Kombat player, I won most of the time. So
right, yeah.
Yeah, he was a sore loser. So yeah, that's or most of my encounters with that game when I fight with people. So, but something I gotta live with. But anyway, Scott, what were your picks?
I was a big RPG guy back in the day. So one of the first games I actually played for the Sega Genesis was Phantasy Star 3, which was a multi-generational RPG where you actually made a baby and the baby grew up and then you played as your kid, essentially.
Wow.
Which was actually pretty cool because you were able to combine the abilities of both parents into one child. So, like, if you had a mage and a warrior, basically, you had like this mage blade type of thing going on. It was really awesome, actually. But yeah, I was big into the Phantasy Star series. I also played a lot of Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkatron, and the main reason why was because it was one of the only games that my mom used to play with me with. Like, she loved that game, so it was cool to be able to like play this weird acid trip platformer game with my mom. It was pretty cool. And then, of course, Sonic 3 with the Knuckles attachment on it, so because you were able to play basically both games consecutively with the same character, which was pretty wicked.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, here. We asked everybody what they like to play on the Sega Genesis as well, and we got a couple of them from. Let's see, one from Gunther. Gunther. He liked to play Sonic 2 and Knuckles. I don't think I played that game.
Well, yeah, that was Sonic 2 with the Knuckles Sonic and Knuckles attachment on it. So you're actually able to play Sonic 2 as Knuckles, which was pretty cool because you were able to kind of glide.
Oh yeah. That was like where you can plug the cartridge into the top of that cartridge and that plugged into the. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Man, dude, that thing was ahead of its time.
Hell yeah, it was. It was one of the only times where I actually remember a game doing that outside of like the Game Genie.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
God, can you remember that stack of games when you're trying to use Game Genie with Sonic and Knuckles on it? And also on top of it, dude?
I think it was a tower!
Yeah, I got a big old tower of Sega games.
I think it was a tower, dude. It was great.
It's like, don't knock over the Tower of Babel right there. Everything's going to stop working.
Let's see here. One Dead Saint sent in, he said Mortal Kombat, blood, violence, and of course, boobs. Okay, well, Mike from Facebook, Sonic 2, Shining Force, I forgot the Jurassic Park game, and
He put a lot of hours into that one.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never played Jurassic Park though.
I was struggling to remember if this was the one that had the pseudo like 3D levels, or if it was the one where you're actually able to play as the raptor. I couldn't remember which game it was, but either way, the Jurassic Park games back in like the 16-bit era was actually pretty awesome.
Those were pretty good.
I don't know. All right, and Joe from FTW podcast, Sonic 2, Aladdin, and Aliens.
I don't remember an Aliens game on Sega Genesis, but I'll take his word for it.
I'm trying to remember. No, it doesn't really ring a bell for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one on Facebook, Michelle?
Michelle.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. And then, what's this? The blood. They put in a blood code, ABACABB.
Yeah, back in the Genesis, you can activate blood by using the blood code.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because normally it didn't come with blood, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Hell, and the Super Nintendo version didn't have blood at all. You couldn't even use a blood code.
the only version that had the blood always on was the Sega CD version.
Yeah.
And that also like copied over some of the sounds from the arcade version. It had the music too, which was pretty good.
Well, yeah, because they were just able to put the music on the disc.
Yeah.
They had a lot more space to work with. All right, I'll go ahead and take the next one. This one is from Gerardo. He's actually a guy I grew up with, funny enough. He has Ristar on here, and he says, Ristar is the game I didn't play until the Sega Genesis collection for the PS2. I hate the fact that I missed out on that game during my childhood. Other than that, Sonic 2 is one of my most memorable games, and also Revenge of Shinobi. That's another really good one there, too. Seeing Spider-Man and Batman show up for boss fights was memorable. So there you go.
Wow. This sucks. Like, I've missed out on all these games because I didn't have one. And, like, all I had was, like, the 4 my friend had.
Yep.
Oh, man. And,
Emulation, man. Emulation.
Emulation, yeah, well, that's technically not legal, but...
Technically. All right, and the last one is from Randark, CGC. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was great on the Genesis. Nothing like destroying your friends and hitting them with a babality. I also love Sonic Spinball, something about the combined platforming of pinball that made the game... That made it a great game. And let's not forget Road Rash series and Altered Beast.
Road Rash.
The Genesis had so many awesome games, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there was another thing about the Genesis, too, that was pretty cool. Their sound chip had, like, the grittiest guitar sound out of any console at that time. Like, even Super Nintendo was nowhere near that. And they just had the best music, like Comic Zone, for example.
That was sick, dude.
Oh, I mean, those games just had phenomenal soundtracks.
That's one that I forgot the list, dude.
Yeah, Comic Zone. That game
played
was
the crap
sweet.
out of that.
Hell yeah. Sega Genesis, dude, with blast processing.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you think about it, man, Sonic, especially Sonic 2, when you were going through the loop-de-loops and you're, like, traveling the whole level in, like, less than a minute, you didn't see games like that at the time, so that was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So there you go. We'll have to discuss what the next console we'll talk about is for the next episode.
Yeah, probably Super Nintendo, maybe?
Yeah, why not? Let's go through the whole 16-bit thing. We'll do the Atari Jaguar at some point, too. That was a fun one to talk about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Forgot about that one, didn't you?
Yes.
The one that always eluded me that I got to play, at least.
Yeah. Well, there was also the TurboGrafx 16, too.
Yeah, that was good too, man.
That's another good system. Just, couldn't keep up with Nintendo and Sega. So.
Yeah. And then the Neo Geo and all that. Man, dude.
Oh, God, Neo Geo. Nobody could afford a Neo Geo. That was the problem.
Yeah, true.
Their games were the same price as, like, Super Nintendo and Sega, the consoles.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah. This is... Well, because, I mean, they were straight arcade ports. They literally were, like, the arcade chip put into a cartridge. So when you were playing a Neo Geo game, you were literally playing the arcade version, which is why the system was so expensive.
That was some serious hardware at the time.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. I mean, you were playing some really good quality games, but it came with a price, obviously. So.
Yeah.
man, I mean, you had Tournament of Fighters on there. You had what was it? Streets of Fury? Was it called? What was it?
I think it was Final Fight.
Final Fight. There you go. There was a Fury game somewhere.
I think it was the fighting game, Kings of Fury or something like that, Fists of Fury, something.
Oh, it was Fatal Fury.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Fatal Fury. Yeah, and then eventually it became Final Fight. And then
King of Fighters, man.
King of Fighters.
And then let's not forget, what's that one series? Metal Slug.
Metal Slug. Oh,
yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we gotta save that. We're doing a Retro Paradise too early. We're gonna talk about this in a different episode.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright, you broke bastards. Here's the Broke Gamer Games of the Week. This is where we're gonna talk about games that are perfect for the broke gamer in you. This is gonna be from everything from Flash games to MMOs, and this week's title is Hearthstone. Why? Because Blizzard loves me, and you should love Blizzard too. This is on PC, and it's also on the iPad at the moment. They will also port it to Android tablets soon. So if you have any of those tablets, you should definitely keep this in mind. It kind of has a pay-to-win, only in the sense that you can get cards pretty early if you buy the decks, but you can still buy decks with the in-game gold that you earn. So it's not necessarily pay-to-win, it's pay to progress faster, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You can get the game over at us.battle.net/Hearthstone. It is free to play, free to download, free to check out. Definitely do so. For Blizzard fans, you guys will enjoy the inside jokes and the audio pokes to the past, which has sound bites from Warcraft 2, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, all sorts of fun stuff in there. They also have a card featured from Elite Touring Chieftain, which is a metal band based with Horde lyrics, World of Warcraft Horde lyrics. You got to check that out. That's an awesome band.
Sounds good.
While it's certainly easy to build a deck after purchasing a few booster packs, you can also earn the same booster packs by completing challenges, earning some gaming gold, and also ultimately using those. It is also simple in the sense that anyone can download and play with a chance to win, but complex enough to where you could strategize. I'm looking at you, all you Magic the Gathering players. It's luck of the draw with a hint of foretold pain. So there you go, guys. Free to play. Check it out. Hearthstone. It's just that dang good.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Can't beat that.
Cannot beat the price of free. Well,
They
unless
could pay you. They could pay you to play it.
yeah, I know. I was just about to say that, but
That would be awesome.
well, we're not in esports, so
Yeah.
we're too old for esports. After that emote here, we're going to go through our closing links. You can find our website over at www.splitscreenplayers.com. We want to thank our sponsors, both Engine and Amazon. You can get yourself a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime over at splitscreenplayers.com by clicking on the Amazon Prime banner. Or if you want to get a website for your clan or gaming community, you can click on the Engine banner that's directly below that. So definitely check those out. You can check out our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/SSP Podcast. We're on Twitter at twitter.com/SplitScreenPlay. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/SplitScreenPlayers. And lastly, you can join our Steam community at steamcommunity.com/group/SplitScreenPlayers. And that is the show, guys. Thank you very much for listening. I'm glad you made it all the way through. We hope that we hear from you guys as far as your favorite Super Nintendo games for the next episode. And until then, big balls.
Big what? That threw me off guard. But anyway, see you later, guys.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
That was the point.